break-even EBIT EPS analysis. In break-even, we have to basically find the EBIT at which the EPS will be same. So that level of EBIT at which the EPS will be same is what we have to find. So this is the question. ABC company gives you the following information. The existing capital structure is 1 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each. Tax rate is 50%. ABC plans to raise additional capital of rupees 10 lakh for financing an expansion project. It is evaluating two alternatives, issue of equity shares of 10 each, and the second one is debentures. Find the level of EBIT which will give same EPS for both the plans. So here we have to find EBIT in which the EPS for both the plans is same. So before we start with it, first I will do a working note on number of shares. So plan 1 is an equity plan. See here what they've told. ABC company gives you the following information. Existing capital structure, it has 1 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each. So in the existing capital structure, there are already 1 lakh equity shares. So I'll write here existing shares 1 lakh plus new shares. Now issue of equity shares of rupees 10 each, and how much ABC needs? ABC plans to raise an additional capital of rupees 10 lakh. So 10 lakh divided by 10 rupees per share. So it comes to 1 lakh again. I'll show you. Total capital required 10 lakh divided by price per share 10 rupees. So that comes to 1 lakh. Okay, so which is equal to 2 lakh. So the number of shares are 2 lakh for the first plan. Now for plan 2, existing shares 1 lakh, and there are no new shares because in plan 2 we are issuing debentures. So we don't have any additional shares. So only the existing shares we have to consider. Now why we did this? What we have to find, I'll repeat it again, find the level of EBIT which will give same EPS for both the plans. So I have to do EPS for plan 1 is equal to EPS for plan 2 because they have told that there should be same EPS for both the plans. So EPS for plan 1 is equal to EPS for plan 2. Now EPS till now we have found out through the tabular method. So that is here. From EBIT we minus interest, we get EBT, then we minus tax, we get earning after tax, then we minus preference dividend, and then we get earnings available to equity shareholders, which we divide by number of shares to get the EPS. Now what we will do is, we'll not do it using tabular method, but we will put it in the form of an equation, so that when we solve that equation, we will be able to derive at EBIT. So first, I will write down the equation for you. So first we always take EBIT in the table. Interest. After minusing the interest, we minus the tax. So I'll write 1 minus tax rate. So when I multiply 1 minus tax rate to this value, it will become after tax. After minusing tax, we pay preference dividend. So minus preference dividend. This entire thing we divided by number of shares. So I'm dividing it by number of shares to get the EPS. I hope you all are understanding. This is EBIT minus interest, we get EBT, then we minus tax, we get earning after tax, then we minus preference dividend. So whatever will be remaining will be the earnings available to equity shareholders. We divide it by number of shares to get the earning per share. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So this should be equal to, this is EPS of plan 1. This should be exactly equal to EPS of plan 2. So this is how we have to write both the equations. Okay, so EPS of plan 1 is equal to EPS of plan 2. Now let's just start solving. We don't know the value of EBIT. So I'll write EBIT minus. The first plan is an all equity plan. If you could see here there is no debt, and in the existing capital structure also there is no debt. It is all equity. They have not, see here, existing capital structure 1 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each, and then they have given you tax rate and additional capital. That means in plan 1 there will be no interest at all, because there is no borrowing in plan 1 and there is no borrowing in the existing capital structure also. So here the interest will be 0, because when the company doesn't borrow, it doesn't pay any interest, into 1 minus tax rate. So 1 minus 0.5. 50% is the tax rate. If I do 50 divided by 100, I'll get it as 0.5, divided by number of shares. So number of shares of plan 1 are 2 lakh shares, which we did the working note before. So 2 lakh. This should be exactly equal to EBIT minus I. Now here we have interest. If you observe in the second plan, what we're doing, issue of debentures carrying 14% interest. So 14% interest we have to pay on what amount? Anybody? ABC plans to raise additional capital of rupees 10 lakh. So on this 10 lakh additional capital, we will have to pay 14% interest. In the second plan, it is thinking of raising this 10 lakh using debentures. So on 10 lakh, we have to pay 14%. I'll write here, note on interest. Only in plan 2 there is interest. So 10 lakhs, 14% we have to calculate.
1,40,000.
1,40,000. So I've shown you the calculation above. In the equation, I'll directly take the amount 1,40,000. Then 1 minus tax rate, so 1 minus 0.5 minus preference dividend, which is 0. I'll not take it because here also I didn't take it. When it's not there, we will not take it. So let it be. Or you can take it as minus 0 at both the cases. Divided by number of shares is 1 million. Now we have to solve this equation. So EBIT minus 0 will be EBIT. Into 0.5, because 1 minus 0.5 is 0.5, divided by 2 lakh is equal to EBIT minus 1,40,000 remains as it is. Into 1 minus tax rate is 0.5. Divided by 1 lakh. Now EBIT into 0.5 is 0.5 EBIT divided by 2 lakh, which is equal to, now I'll multiply this bracket with this bracket. EBIT into 0.5 is 0.5 EBIT minus 1,40,000 into 0.5 is
70,000.
70,000. Divided by 1 lakh. Okay. Now what we will do is, we'll cancel all these zeros because this is also divided by 2 lakh, this is also divided by 1 lakh. So here also there are 5 zeros, here also there are 5 zeros. If I cancel it, it will be divided by 2, divided by 1, and it will be easy to calculate. Are you understanding the logic?
Yes, ma'am.
So if I remove all the zeros, it will be 0.5 EBIT divided by 2 equal to 0.5 EBIT divided by 1. Okay. Now this 2, if I cross multiply, divide by 2 will be multiplied, will come on the equal to sign this side. So it will become multiplication, and this divide by 1 will go on the other side. This will go this side, it will become multiplication. So it will be 1 into 0.5 EBIT is equal to 2 into 0.5 EBIT. Sorry, here it is minus 70,000 also. No? 2 into 0.5 EBIT minus 70,000. So this is the equation. Now when we multiply, this will remain 0.5 EBIT equal to 2 into 0.5 is
1.
1 EBIT minus 2 into 70,000 is
1 lakh.
1,40,000. Okay, now if I take this 0.5 EBIT this side and take that 1,40,000 that side, it will become 1 EBIT minus 0.5 EBIT is equal to 1,40,000. So it will be 0.5 EBIT is equal to 1,40,000. EBIT will be equal to 1,40,000.
2 lakh.
How much?
2,80,000.
So 2,80,000 is the answer. So at what level of EBIT both the EPS will be same? If the EBIT is 2,80,000, both the plans EPS will be same. Now I have shown you too many steps because I wanted to explain you properly in detail, and later if you refer before exam also you should understand what has happened where. But in exam you can do shortcuts, finish it in 2 or 3 steps also and give the answer. It's okay. No need to show this cross multiplication, then this, all that in detail in exam. You can even do shortcut and get the answer. Any doubts with this problem?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Similar kind, there is one more sum. Let us solve that. The Evergreen Company has the choice of raising an additional sum of rupees 50 lakh either by sale of 10% debentures or by issue of additional equity shares of 50 per share. The current capital structure of the company consists of 10 lakh ordinary shares. At what level of EBIT after the new capital is required would earning per share be same, whether new funds are raised by issuing ordinary shares or by issuing debentures? Okay, so they are asking at what level of EBIT will EPS be same? Whether we raise it through debt or equity, doesn't matter, EPS should be same. So first we will do note on number of shares, and then we will see interest, and then I'll go to solving them. So number of shares in case of plan 1, first we'll see the existing shares. The current capital structure of the company consists of 10 lakh ordinary shares. So the existing shares are 10 lakh, which will be same for both the plans. Okay, now the Evergreen Company has a choice of raising additional sum of 50 lakh either by sale of 10% debentures. So first plan is debentures. So there is no additional equity, only existing equity shares of 10 lakh will be taken there. In the second plan, or by issue of additional equity shares of 50 each. In the second plan, there are new equity shares. Total amount required is 50 lakhs. Divided by per share value is 50. So how much you will get? The number of shares is 50 lakh divided by 50 is 1 lakh.
10 lakhs. Sorry, 1 lakh. Ma'am.
1. So 1 lakh new shares. So the total number of shares will be equal to 10 lakh plus 1 lakh, 11 lakh shares. Okay, in the first case 10 lakh, in the second case 11 lakh. First case is debenture, second case is equity. Now we'll see for first plan, because it is debenture, what is the interest rate. Existing capital structure has no interest, it is only equity shares, so there is no existing interest rate. Let's see what is the interest rate for the plan 1, that is by issuing new capital using borrowings. So here they have said a sum of rupees 50 lakh either by sale of 10% debentures. So 10% debentures and amount is 50 lakh. So interest will be 50 lakh into 10%. So 10% of 50 lakh, how much is the interest that you get?
5 lakh.
5 lakhs. Now we'll put it in the equation and we will solve. So this is the equation. EPS of plan 1 should be equal to EPS of plan 2. So here EBIT minus interest is there in plan 1 now. So we've calculated interest 5 lakh. So EBIT minus 5 lakh into 1 minus tax rate. So 1 minus the tax rate given in the problem is, they've not given the taxes, no?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll write it 0. There is no tax. Minus preference dividend is also 0. There's no preference dividend. Divided by number of shares. In case of plan 1, the number of shares are 10 lakh. Only the existing shares, no new shares, because plan 1 goes for debentures borrowing. Then equal to plan 2, EBIT minus interest is 0, because plan 2 is an all equity plan. 1 minus tax rate is 0, because tax rate is not given. Minus preference dividend is 0, divided by number of shares is 11 lakh. In plan 2, the number of shares is 11 lakh. So what we will do here, now see here, 1 minus 0 is 1. So EBIT minus 5 lakh into 1 will be the same, correct? And preference dividend is also not there. So it will be EBIT minus 5 lakh divided by 10 lakh, because there is no tax rate and there is no dividend. So 1 minus 0 is 1. 1 into EBIT minus 5 lakh is the same, which is equal to, again, EBIT minus 0 divided by 1 lakh. Sorry, 11 lakh. Now what we'll do, we'll remove all the zeros. So in 10 lakh, we have 5 zeros here. These 5 we will delete. And from 11 lakh, these 5 zeros we will delete. So the equation will be EBIT minus 5 lakh divided by 10 and EBIT minus 0 divided by 11. If we cross multiply, 10 will get multiplied with this equation and 11 will get multiplied with that equation. So the equation will be 11 into EBIT minus 5 lakh and 10 into EBIT minus 0. Now once we multiply, we get 11 EBIT minus 11 into 5 lakh, you get 55 lakhs. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
55 lakh, which is equal to 10 EBIT. 10 into 0 is 0. So now if I get this 10 EBIT this side and 55 lakh that side, it will become 11 EBIT minus 10 EBIT is equal to 55. 11 minus 10 is how much?
1.
1 EBIT, which is nothing but EBIT equals to 55. So this is how you will have to solve. If tax rate is not given, take tax as 0 and do it. Usually they give the tax rate, maybe in that problem it has got missed out. But even if they don't give, you don't assume. Without that also you're getting an answer. So you just solve it, whatever is given. Okay, so this is how you have to do sums on EBIT EPS analysis. I have posted a few sums for practice on the group. You check that. We'll do this one sum and we'll end the class. So this sum had some doubts. Let's see. XYZ Limited needs rupees 5 lakh for expansion. The following two financial plans are feasible. The company may issue 50,000 equity shares of rupees 10 per share. The company may issue 25,000 equity shares of rupees 10 per share and 8% debentures of rupees 100 each. If the company's EBIT is rupees 40,000 and the tax rate is 35%, determine the EPS of the company under the two plans and suggest which plan should be selected. This is not this type of a problem where we have to find EBIT. If you see here, EBIT is already given. So it is a tabular way of solving. If we have to find the EPS now, so we'll use this particular table. There are only two plans, so we'll consider only two plans. Plan 1 and 2. The EBIT is given 40,000. Less interest. See here, XYZ Limited needs rupees 5 lakh for expansion. They have not told anything about the existing capital structure. They're directly talking of only 5 lakh for expansion. In plan 1, there is no borrowing. 50,000 equity shares of 10 each they are going to take. So here interest will be nil. In plan 2, the company may issue 25,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each. Now if I do 25,000 into 10, how much I'll get?
2,50,000.
2,50,000. So I need 5 lakh, out of which 2,50,000 I am taking through equity shares, and the remaining I have to take through debentures. Are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
So from 5 lakh minus 2,50,000 equity. So debentures will be 2,50,000. This is for plan 2. Okay, so now the debentures are 2,50,000 into the interest rate. 8% debentures they've told, so the interest is 8%. So 8% of 2,50,000. Can anybody tell me how much you get?
20,000.
20,000.
20,000. Now 40,000 minus nil is 40,000 and 40,000 minus 20,000 is 20,000. Less tax at 50%. So 50% of 40,000 is 20,000 tax here and 10,000
Ma'am, tax
tax.
rate is 35%.
Okay, sorry. It's 35%. 35%. So see how much 35% of 40,000?
14,000.
1,400 And 35% of 20,000.
7,000.
So we'll minus 40 minus 14, you will get 26. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And 13. Preference dividend, they have not told anything about preference shares, so it is 0, 0, or you write nil, nil. Earnings available to equity shareholders 26,000 and 13,000. Now we have to find the number of shares. So we'll do note. Okay. Plan 1. Plan 1 is full equity. They have directly given the company may issue 50,000 equity shares. Okay, we need not do the note also then. In the question only we know the number of equity shares. Just see, because we don't have existing capital structure, so we need not show additional working notes here. Only the new thing is given here. So in the first plan, the company may issue 50,000 equity shares. So number of shares in the first plan is 50,000. And in the second plan, the company may issue 25,000 equity shares. So the number of shares is 25,000 shares. Now see, EPS, earnings available to equity shareholders, 26,000 divided by the number of shares 50,000. How much you get?
0.52.
0.52. And 13,000 divided by 25,000.
0.52, sir.
Same.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that means you can go for any plan. Both the plans are giving same EPS. This is, you can say this is break-even EBIT. At this level of EBIT, both the plans will have same EPS. In the above, we calculated at what level of EBIT both the plans will have same. So they've given. Okay, so this is how you will have to solve this sum, and this is the answer. So this was it for today's class.